Good?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready, set, go.
All right, so Ethan is here.
Yep.
We are working on getting the 6.0 into the S14. As you saw, we got the S14 onto the lift where it will stay for the night, and hopefully we can get the engine in tonight. Right now I'm getting it onto the hoist, and then we're gonna slap the transmission on there, and then we're going to try and get the engine in.
Put it with the rest of the trash.
Engine stand is off. Alright, so next I'm going to be installing the adapter plate from G-Force Performance on crossmembers.com. This is what allows me to run the Z32 trans on the 6.0. Can you grab the rubber mallet, please?
Yes.
Ow!
Where at the...
Right underneath there. So something that's not included with the adapter plate and flywheel kit are the flywheel bolts that you need to attach the flywheel to the crank. These are just standard manual transmission LS bolts. These ones are ARP. I think they were like 25 bucks for the whole kit. You need 6 of them. Jegs.com, Summit, they all have them. But these are for the manual transmission. They're a little bit longer than the automatic transmission flywheel bolt. So this is the flywheel that also comes with the adapter kit. Super heavy, but super high quality. It can only really go on one way, I guess. Another thing to mention too, because this came off of an automatic truck, this hole right here is empty for the pilot bushing. The kit comes with this pilot bushing adapter with the pilot bushing. All you have to do is just place it in as straight as you can, give it a few whacks with a rubber mallet, and then it will go in and seat flush. That's what allows you to line up the input shaft of the transmission. So following the ARP flywheel bolt instructions, you want to torque the flywheel bolts to 85 pounds. I don't think that there's a sequence. Obviously you want the flywheel to go on as flat as possible, so it's best to just go in a star pattern as if it's like a regular wheel. All set?
Yeah, give it a try.
Oh, it's so sketchy. I'm like afraid to snap them. Before you install your clutch, always make sure that the flywheel is clear of any grease or oils from manufacturing, stuff like that. A little bit of brake clean, some scrubby scrub. And clean off the dust off your parts. Make them look nice. Alright, now for the clutch. For this swap, I'm going to be running an ACT high or heavy duty clutch. I went with the full face clutch because driving a 6-puck sucks. It's not an enjoyable thing to do, even if this is just a race car and that's all I'm going to use it for. I want to enjoy actually driving and taking off. So, a lot of this stuff I don't need. Here's the ACT. This particular clutch is for the twin turbo 300ZX, the Z32. This adapter plate and flywheel allows you to run either a naturally aspirated or twin turbo clutch. So I went with the twin turbo clutch just for more durability, I guess. Always make sure that you use the alignment tool to align the chains or the clutch. Also from ARP, I went with ARP pressure plate bolts because the kit nor the clutch come with pressure plate bolts. So these ones are for Nissan RB26, but it's the right thread pitch and it's the right number. You need 9 of them. Another little complaint that I have with this particular flywheel kit is because it is drilled for both the naturally aspirated and the twin turbo 300ZX, there aren't any dowel pins on the flywheel. So getting the pressure plate to kind of line up and stay, it takes a little bit. You got to really try and find what position the pressure plate needs to be for all the screws to line up. Because again, it's for a naturally aspirated and a twin turbo pressure clutch setup, and the pressure plates do vary a little bit. Alright, so once you have them all on, the pressure plate really shouldn't move around any, so I guess it's not that big of a deal if you don't have dowel pins, but it would just be something nice to have. Look how yellow that puppy is, huh?
It'll be so nice and visible inside your bell housing.
My luck. Smack!
Oh my god.
I would cry.
What? Oh, the tool.
It's not a bad idea to take this out. Okay.
It's actually a very good idea to take it out. You might want to do that.
Before you try and... Okay. Let's try not die. How you doing over there?
Good. About to get reamed by the shifting.
Okay, it's in.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
How you doing?
Sick.
Hope you guys are awake.
Sick. Not cool, chain.
It's not a sound I like to hear.
Alright, it's in.
Sick.
It's in! Oh, it is in. I made that a nice mess. Oh my goodness. It is resting on the motor mounts and plenty of room for the oil pan. Oh man, you have no idea how excited we are right now. We've been talking about this for a very long time.
Like the entire last season.
Yeah. So we're gonna try and button this up a little bit more. Oh. Alright guys, it's finally in. Super excited. Had to fight a little bit with it. It was mostly our fault. We didn't have the hoist extended all the way. Not a big deal. It fits pretty well. Let me show you around. A few clearance issues. So our first clearance issue is with the radiator. As you can see, it's really, really close to that fan shroud. And I plan on running this KA Mishimoto radiator and fan shroud anyways. So what I might do is notch the radiator support and move the whole radiator forward or tilt it forward a little bit. Obviously, the top hose is kind of in the way of the pulley as well. So I got to figure something out with that. Other than that, the truck intake is going to be temporary. Probably going to run the car intake once I can afford to get one. Exhaust up here fits pretty well. The main issue is underneath. We'll jack up the car and we'll show you what's going on with that. Alright, so the first problem that we kind of run into is this header here. This header I had to modify quite a bit in order to clear the starter, because no one makes headers for this kind of swap with the Z32 trans. So I had to kind of weld these two oval shaped pipes to clear the starter. Now my current problem is I unfortunately welded them kind of pointed downward. So when the car is fully flat on the ground, the collector right here is about, I don't know, half an inch to an inch off the ground. It might not be too big of a deal. It looks like I have room to kind of bend them up. This line right here is going to move or disappear or something. It's for the clutch slave cylinder, which is right there. We're gonna reroute those hard lines so that way they're on the other side of the exhaust, running down the side of the transmission, and it's gonna get bolted up right there.